had to address this because this question, Gongo, is the question that holds a lot of people back from moving on. And even if they are forced to move on for one reason or another, it's thoughts like this that make the moving on seem as if the world has come to an end. You've broken up, it's over. This is the time when you should stop worrying about what you have to lose and focus on what you have to gain. But trust me, the only thing your mind wants you to do at this point in time is to lie to you. This was somebody that you were in love with just a while ago. You guys just broke up, Abby. You found ease and comfort with this person. More importantly, you found routine. The headache now is how do you want to start this journey with somebody else? They say change is a constant thing in life, but no, our mind does not want it. Our mind likes comfort. Do you know the popular saying, your mind has settled? Exactly. Your mind had settled with this person, with this guy, and then all of a sudden, your logical thinking, your brain now starts telling you that, I think it's time to move on. It's like this place is not comfortable anymore. And then your mind, let me say your heart, let me use your heart for the purpose of this recording. Then your heart that does not like wala, that does not like discomfort, your heart will now start making excuses like, what do you mean? This is your heart talking to your brain. What do you mean? We don't need to leave this place. Let's just stay here. Let's manage the situation. Let's manage what is there is normal now. Okay, what happened? He cheated on me with another girl. All men cheat now. What did he do? He didn't pick my phone for 2 weeks. Maybe he was really busy. He said he was really busy with work. But your brain will be telling you that, babe, let's leave here. This thing is not working. There's something not falling into place here. Things are not adding up here. Let's move. Then your heart, when your heart says that your brain is overpowering it, your heart will now go into full petty mode. Now start saying, screw your fault, self. You self, you're always nagging. You self, you always cause wala. You self, drama. You are drama, You're like this. You are drama, like this. So you see what you've caused now. This is what they say when they say you have two minds. That's what it means. So your brain is driving in this direction, your heart is driving in this direction. Now the question is your heart right? Are you actually going to find someone like this again? Are you sure you'll find someone like this again? Maybe you should stay and work on this, or should you go and find something better or hope that something better comes? This is the thing. First of all your fears are unreal. All your fears are absolutely unreal. Part of the guilt you are feeling might be from the fact that you know that you need to work on some things yourself, which is fine. Nobody's perfect. If you've sacrificed and put in effort into a relationship, it's okay. You are not a fool and you are not stupid. So part of the reason why you are feeling guilty might be because you know that you have to do some work on yourself also. Now that is not a reason for you to stay. That's not a reason to feel that you are doomed and you cannot find somebody else who will understand you or who, for God's sake, maybe this person even even this person provokes the bad part of you. Maybe you provoke the bad part of that person too. Compatibility might be an issue. Whatever it is, if it's a case of the person just totally disrespecting you, I will not advise you to remain in a relationship where the other person will start encroaching on your self-esteem. You start doubting yourself as a human being. Definitely not. Now, if you have things to do to work on yourself, self-assessment is the hardest thing in this life. Self-assessment is the hardest thing. So look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I fucked up on this. Damn, I fucked up on this. I need to change this. But it's the reality. Face it. It's better to go and face yourself than to stay in a relationship because you don't want to face yourself. I would not even let you do that. So, and if you want to control your life extensively, then you only need to work on yourself intensively. Focus on yourself. Focus on your emotions. Focus on your heart. Focus on your feelings. Take some time out to marry yourself all over again. Then you'll be able to control all other pieces of the puzzle. And once you get a grip of yourself, once you get a grip of your emotions, you will not ever need to bother whether you're going to find somebody as good as your ex again. You know why? Because naturally you will get somebody better. Because we don't find love, we attract it. All you have to do is just be the type of woman that your dream guy deserves. And he will pop up. He will pop up. I have seen hundreds of these type of cases. You see, focus on your point of control, your area of control, which is yourself. Focus on your area of control, which is yourself. Let God handle the rest. In the most unexpected places, the right guy for you will definitely pop up. You see, all this worrying on the present situation is just a distraction from you going to work on who you really want to be, on you working on who you really wish to be. Don't be distracted. I know you're not going through an easy phase. Trust me, it is not easy. Are you going to cry? You are going to cry. Are you going to worry? You are going to worry. But at the end of the day, I beg of you, discard it. Discard it. Now, it's film trick, and I don't want you falling for it. Once you work on yourself, you will be served a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful future which awaits you. I'll see you soon.